I'm Brad Professor B. Davis. This is your Niners Radio postgame recap on Niners Radio here at the ASN Bay Area Studios in San Francisco. Niners Sunday afternoon down at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Once again, was dealt a significant body blow for their playoff chances as the Washington Redskins, or the Washington football team, formerly known as the Washington Redskins, on Sunday beat your San Francisco 49ers down at the desert in Glendale 23-15 as the Niners really pretty much totally dominated statistically, outgained Washington in every statistical, pretty much 2-1, but it was really the Niners, even though they ended up racking up 340 total net yards of offense and outpassed them 232-95, outrushed the Washington 108-99, but it was two critical turnovers was the difference that turned into be 14 points for Washington that dictated the game. Let's start it back to the first quarter. Dustin Hopkins missed a 53-yard field goal, and then the Niners got the ball back. Jeff Wilson scored a touchdown that put the Niners up 7-0. Then Dustin Hopkins hit his first field goal. It was 7-3. Niners led. Then Hopkins hit another field goal after a turnover, and that put that after the Niners turnover the ball, it was 7-6. Then it was the rookie for Washington, Chase. It was returned a 44-yard touchdown fumble return for a touchdown. It was Chase Young returned that ball after Darren Pollard stripped the ball from Nick Mullins. Young returned the ball 47 yards for a touchdown. That put Washington up 13-7. Then in the second half, third quarter, Dustin Hopkins hit another field goal, increased the Wash's lead over the Niners 16-7. Then Carmen Curl had a 76-yard pick six interception return for a touchdown, extended their lead over the Niners to 23-7. The Niners were able to get within 8 as they drove down the field. Mullins connected with fullback Kyle Juszczyk on a 6-yard touchdown. They make the 2-point conversion and then cut the lead within 8. The Niners looked like they were going to drive for a big first down. It was a play with Kendrick Bourne. Caught ball looked like it would be a first down, but it was wiped out because of by a holding penalty by the Niners, and that was pretty much the Niners never got that first down, and Washington wins it by a score of 23-15. Final totals and look at the stats of the game. Former Niner quarterback Alex Smith before leaving the game, 8 out of 19, 57 yards passing. Dwayne Haskins Jr., the former Ohio State star, 7 of 12 for 51 yards. And then Hopkins was 1 out of 2 in field goals. Nick Mullins, 5 of the day, 25 out of 45 for a touchdown through interception, 1 lost fumble. Jeff Wilson Jr., 11 carries, 31 yards. Brandon Ayuk having a phenomenal year. 10 catches, 119 yards, averaging 11.9 yards. He also returned 10 yards on a punt return. He had 129 total yards of the day. And then the injury front, Deebo Samuel, who left the game on the first play, suffered re-aggravated that hamstring injury. According to multiple reports, Niners head coach Kyle Shanahan stated that, according to Matt Mayoko of NBC Sports Bay Area, according to Kyle Shanahan, stated that Deebo Samuel will have an MRI on that hamstring coming up sometime in the week on Monday as we're doing this taping. Kyle Shanahan states it does not look good for Deebo. And then Fred Warner left the game with a stinger. It looked like it was a concussion. It turned out to be it was good, but it was a stinger. He did not return into the contest. So this has kind of been what has been a microcosm of the Niners 2020 season. One more player looks likely. We will get more information on that as it develops. So It looks pretty bleak now. With the loss, Niners fall to 5-8, their fifth loss in the last 6 games, and they also are now 1-6 at home for the season if you include these 2 games. So the Niners, this is their worst home record after reaching the Super Bowl since 1982. They went 0-5 in the strike short 1982 season when they went 3-6. The Niners 1-6 at home this season. At this late in the season, is the worst home record by any Niner team in a non-strike season ever. So it looks pretty bleak. And here an update look at the NFC playoff picture. A look at the NFC playoff picture on Niners radio. With the Cardinals beating the New York Giants on Sunday, the Cardinals own the 7th and final playoff spot in the NFC. They're now at 7-6, and in the hunt, we see Minnesota with their loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're now 6-7. Them and the Bears, who snapped their 6-game losing streak, they're both at 6-7. Detroit, with their loss, are 5-8. The Niners are 5-8. Both the Niners and the Lions trail the Cardinals 2 games out of for the 7th and final playoff spot. And then in the NFC, Green Bay was winners over the Lions. The Saints losing in a stunning upset to the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. Rams with their win over the New England Patriots in the rematch of Super Bowl 53 on Thursday night. And the Redskins win now puts them in first place with a 6-7 record in the NFC. Then it's Seattle with their win over the Jets on Sunday. Up at Seattle, Tampa Bay with their win over the Vikings sit at 8-5. So with the loss again, the Niners fall to 5-8. It's their 5th loss in the last 6 games. Washington's now 6-7. Niners are now have lost 6 of their last 7 at home for this 2020 season, which has just been a horrendous season, not just on the field with all the injuries, players going on IR or on the COVID-19, but just during this pandemic and with relocation. And it's just been rough for Niner fans for the 49ers this year. The Niners have with that loss, by the way, that ends any hopes of the Niners of having a winning season. And the Niners it won't get easy for the Niners, as their next game will be 1 week from today, as they'll take on the Dallas Cowboys in an old rivalry renewed, a lot of tradition, glory, the team of the 80s against the team of the 90s. And the Niners will be taking on the Cowboys, and it pretty much is going to be for pride this time. Whoever would have thought at the beginning of the year that the Niners and Cowboys, both teams, would be out of it, be just hanging by a thread for a playoff position. And the game has been switched to a 10 a.m. kickoff, originally scheduled for NBC Sunday Night Football next Sunday night, but has been switched to a 10 a.m. kickoff time at A&T Stadium in Arlington. That will be on CBS in the Bay Area, KPIX, CBS 5, the exclusive network home of Super Bowl 55. And we will go on the air next Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for our Niners radio pregame show. And a reminder, Niners, because they scored 2 touchdowns today, Niner fans, that means you get a free Jumbo Jack, and that's part of the consolation prize for the Niners. They get a free Jumbo Jack with a purchase of a large drink the day after the game. Visit your Bay Area, San Francisco participating Jack in the Box the day after the game. Once again, the final score Sunday afternoon from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Niners fall to the Washington football team, formerly known as the Redskins, by a score of 23-15. For the latest news on 49ers football and so much more, go to 49ers.com. Niners football is in association with the ASN Bay Area Network. 49er football for faithful of the Bay.